We rolling.
No intro today.
No intro. I like it.
No intro.
Sometimes in life you just can't have an intro. Welcome in, guys. Wednesday night. It is 9 p.m. WWC Uncensored. Of course, we've been advertising it for a little over a week now. Special guest with us tonight. We've got Jordan with us tonight. Super excited to have him. Jordan's a newcomer to WWC and been having a lot of fun. So before we get really going and everything, we're going to give Jordan about a minute or so to kind of introduce himself and tell us a little bit about his collecting and what's going on. So Jordan, welcome in. Glad to have you. Tell us about yourself.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I guess I commented so many times when you all were talking that eventually you figured it would be best to just let me jump on here with you. But I appreciate it. I'm excited. I live in Kentucky with my family, basically my kid, my wife. I started watching wrestling around 1990. I'm born in 85, so I'm 40 years old right now. I started watching. It's like the first thing I ever really kept up with in my life. I mean, wrestling, the 90s era of all that. So I start watching. Then all through that, I watched until about 2002. Then I quit watching wrestling from like 2002, 2014, like college and a few other things. Just got really busy. And then in 2014, I made a big comeback into it. Started kind of really watching it a lot. As a kid, though, a funny thing, like I didn't have cable. So we watched Superstars on Saturday morning on Fox on rabbit ears, whatever, bunny ears. And then I grew up on Smoky Mountain Wrestling, that kind of stuff. But yeah, got back in around like 2014, 2015, started really keep up with you guys a while back, kind of got my collecting rolling again, and here I am.
Okay, very good. So, you talked about 2014, 2015, you got back into it. So 2014, who was your favorite then? Do you remember?
Well, dude, I'll tell you what got me back into it, to be honest, and it's kind of strange. I was actually going to bring it up in another part when we talk about it later, but Bray Wyatt, and it seems odd, but like I just was flipping the channels one night, and it was, probably a year or two into him being there, and I saw this dude on there, and I thought, man, that's pretty interesting. I can get down with that. I liked his big, long, things he would do, and so I started watching that. That was around the time they were like fighting with the Shield, and they did the like Team ECW thing right in there, and that kind of the Rusev John Cena thing happened right around that time too. I kind of got down with Rusev pretty well. I liked all that, and so kind of bought back in, and then there was a lot of tough,
That's all.
watches through the years, but stuck with it now pretty good.
Good deal. All right, so last question, then we'll move on. But so you start watching it in 1990. So you're about 35 years in now. Who is your all-time favorite? One all-time favorite, who would it be?
I'd have to say Hogan, just because when I was young, how into Hogan I actually like, just Hulkamaniac through and through, and throughout life I've just always collected his stuff, whatever. Even when I wasn't watching wrestling, I'd still grab a Hogan this or that, or a Mr. T figure or something that was a branch off of Hogan, something like that. So yeah, Hogan, Sting, somewhere in there, yeah, Steiner Brothers, all that.
All right, very good. All right, I like it. So real quick, guys, we got a lot of roundtables, got a lot of things coming up tonight, but I'm going to throw in a roundtable that wasn't previously mentioned in the agenda. And, the reason I'm going to do this is because I know I've been watching a lot of different things lately. So many different things going on in the world that you just don't want to watch a lot of current world events. We don't want to see all the drama and the negativity. So I've been watching a lot of older shows lately. One show that I've been watching a lot of lately is Duck Dynasty, and I've really enjoyed it. So my first roundtable, which is totally off the agenda, you're not going to see it on the agenda list. What is a TV show, non-wrestling, non-sports, that you've been watching, recently? So, Kev, what's a TV show you've been watching recently?
Dallas. I've gone back and rewatched every episode of Dallas. I've done that already. I've probably rewatched the host every season probably 6 times. But right now, I'm completely all into Dallas.
Okay, very good. Calvin, anything?
So
I watch a lot of videos on Facebook, whatever, but it's come across my Facebook, started watching it on YouTube, Lizard Lick Towing.
There you go. Okay, that's
Nice.
cool. Brian.
Get licked.
Sons of Anarchy for me. I've been rewatching those. So
There you go. That's good. Shane, anything?
I don't watch a lot of shit. I watch a lot of sports and wrestling. That's about it. But I did start watching that Ed Gein Netflix series.
I want to watch that.
Oh yeah, I saw
Started
that,
watching
too.
that the other day. I'm about 6-7 episodes in. I like it. Pretty good.
Yeah, I'm about the same place. Yeah, I'm watching it too.
All right. Brad, what do you got?
So mine would have to be The Sopranos.
Yeah, you can never go wrong with Sopranos. Brad, have you ever watched Boardwalk Empire?
I've watched a few episodes, but never really got deep into it.
Oh man, it's so good. I would equal it with The Sopranos, and I've seen both multiple times, but I would literally equal it with The Sopranos, especially if you're into history, because if you watch that series, it's so historically accurate that it's insane. Like
I've never seen either one.
Oh man, you really missed out.
I haven't
Sopranos
seen a lot
and
of shit. I've never
Sopranos
seen Breaking
is
Bad.
great, but Sopranos is totally fictional. But Boardwalk Empire is really based on history. There's a lot of historical stuff. Roger.
Mine is watching this new show that came out. It's called The Terminal Notice.
Okay.
It's a story about some SEALs that got cut from the teams and they're doing contract work.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
I like that. And Jordan, anything?
Yeah, we had a baby, a year ago. So over the last year, I've I have to kind of pay attention to what I watch certain times. So I've been watching Seinfeld from the beginning. I never watched it before, just the bits and pieces here and there. It's good. I just finished it actually. So like that was a fun ride. That was cool.
Oh, all right, very good. I like that. So just had a baby. That was your first baby, huh?
Yeah, right. Yeah, so we're like a little like year and 3 months into it now. But yeah.
Awesome. Congratulations. That's cool. All right, Kev, where do we go from here?
Well, let me pull this up here. Get with it, Kev. Boy, I'm all messed up, ain't I?
Yeah, one job, Kev.
I know I have several jobs. Okay, here we go. Okay, our round table number one. As a kid playing with Hasbros, what was your favorite match to have? Who versus who and who won?
Very cool. Well, Kev,
So,
what do you think?
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, so I only had two Hasbros, and that was Brett and Hogan. So they wrestled each other. Brett always won, but also since I didn't have other Hasbros, I always had a lot of He-Man figures. So my He-Man figures became wrestlers.
Oh, wow.
So Brett was always the champion. He was, he would leave and then come back. So yeah, Brett versus Hogan. That's on the.
I don't think that booking would work for the Hulkster.
It wouldn't.
No, definitely
It doesn't
not.
work for me, brother.
All right, Calvin Mania. I know you said you didn't have Hasbro's as a kid, but if you did, what matches would you have put together, and who would have won?
So obviously, like now, I probably own all my Hogan Hasbro's, and then I got Andre and Macho. So of course it'd be Hogan and Andre.
There you go. Okay. Brian.
1 second here.
Okay.
All right, so I would have Hulk Hogan, which I got this from William. Look how beautiful it is. Versus Macho Man Randy Savage. Macho Man Randy Savage from the top rope hits the elbow drop, becomes the WWF World Champion. Oh yeah!
There you go. I love it.
And that belt, brother.
Love it. So I would say, I played with mine a lot. That's what she said. I know, but
Nice.
I played with my Hasbro's a lot when I was a kid. And I would say my favorite matchup to have was probably around 93 when it was Savage and Crush. Now I didn't have the evil Crush until I was an adult, and that was just several years ago that I finally got one. But I always had the Kona Crush, so I would pretend he was the bad guy, and I would have Cowboy Hat Macho Man just
Yeah.
whoop his ass, because he was such an evil traitor for what he did to Macho Man on Raw, So I absolutely love that
I
match.
always wanted that
Um,
crush.
Yeah, I've actually got it. I got it a couple years ago. I think I'm 3 Hasbro's away from being a complete set right here behind me. So, but
That's nice.
it's they're so expensive now that it's hard to justify the money to buy those things. But it's still a sweet piece. But I definitely enjoyed playing with them very, very much. And I would say of all the toys that I ever had, that was my favorite toys ever. Was my Hasbro's, my Hasbro ring. I literally still have every single one of them, and I literally still have that same ring. So, Shane, you got anything?
The only Hasbro's I remember having as a kid myself was one of the Hogans and the Warrior, and I had the one Warrior with the nose that always rubbed off, and then the Hogan that had like his arms like that. I'd always make Warrior win, but same, I was always using my my He-Man figures, my Turtles, all those to wrestle too.
Right. Very cool. That's actually a good idea. I don't think I ever did that. Now looking back on it, but it's actually a great idea.
Oh yeah,
Probably
for
should.
sure.
Probably should have. Brad never had Hasbro's,
Nope.
but if you did have Hasbro's,
If I did, it would probably be the Nasty Boys versus Demolition.
there you go. That's a great one. And they actually released all 3 members of Demolition as Hasbro: Smash,
Yes,
Axe,
they did.
and Crush.
Yep.
So it would have been an uneven match because you never knew during that era which members of Demolition you'd be facing. So
The Freebird rule.
Right.
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely, very good. Glad you pointed that out too. Roger, I know you were already into your retirement ages by the time the Hasbro's even came out, but I'm just kidding. What I meant to say was you were actually defending the country and the nation by the time Hasbro's came out, and if you had Hasbro's, Roger gonna cuss me out later. If you had Hasbro's, what match would you have put together and who would have won?
I hate to say this, but I'd agree with the little dipshit above me. I would have had Hogan and Macho, and Hogan would have won.
Oh well, it's close.
Okay, all right, very good. So now, just for viewer knowledge, by the time Hasbro's were a big thing, you were probably what? Probably graduated high school, right?
Yeah, I had graduated high school. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. All right, and Jordan.
They come out younger
Jordan.
before that because I'm only a year or so younger than him, and I remember playing with them as a kid.
No, they came out. When did they come out? In the late 80s?
89, 90, 91.
89,
Yeah, I graduated.
91.
Yeah, I graduated high school in 91.
Jesus.
There you go. There you go.
Damn.
I graduated in '93, but I sure the hell still played with those Hasbro's.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of like what you all were talking about earlier. I had to do the replacements for guys. I mean, I probably had like 15 or 20, but I was always throwing a Ninja Turtle in or something.
Yeah.
And,
Oh yeah, he always
But
had to have
my
Mike
main-
Angelo.
the main 2 I always roll with though were the Jake the Snake, Rick Rude. That was a hot feud back then at that time. So that was one I went with. And the Jake had the snake too, so you could throw the snake on Rick Rude. So
Absolutely.
that was money.
Absolutely. Jake coming out with that snake was actually really cool. It was a really cool accessory. But Rick Rude was probably one of the absolute worst Hasbro's they ever made because it was so simplistic. Like,
Oh yeah.
And later on, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they used the exact same figure body for Ric Flair.
Yeah, that flare was weak
And,
too.
I mean,
Right. Yeah. you're
yeah,
right.
it's just terrible. Like, all these guys that came out and were so cool looking, and the figures themselves look good, but action wise, you couldn't really do a whole lot with them. Like, you could literally clamp down on somebody's head and give them the fist pound, but that was it. So, but
Yeah,
All right, Kev, keep us rolling. What is our next topic, Kev?
I'm getting there. Moving back and forth. Right, round table number 2. With spooky season here, who are your top 4 scary personalities that have had a match or been involved in a match in some type of way?
Nice.
Now, scrolling to my list.
Okay. Spooky personalities.
Right. So I go first. And by the way, Ray Hall just took one of mine, but he said it's Boogeyman. So we'll start with that. Boogeyman. Kane. Luna Vachon. I don't know if you call her spooky, but she scared the hell out of me.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, she was spooky.
I did.
And a person that's I don't know if where she's at now, but the wrestler still scares the hell out of me because I was going to need her auto. I think she was at Indy a few years ago, and I was going to pay somebody to go get the auto so I wouldn't have to go around her. And that's that Abaddon chick.
Goddamn, Kev.
Don't go
Dude,
around
I
her.
almost put her on my list too. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I had her
I
on
don't
my
know if I've
list.
ever seen her
Fuck.
wrestle.
No,
There you go.
scares the shit out of me. I will not go next to her. I was
Yeah,
going to pay somebody to go get that auto.
she's scary.
Hey, you know Luna was kind of creepy with her gimmick and her whole look and stuff, but you know Luna was kind of hot too.
She was
I'm just gonna
gorgeous.
throw that out there. I'm gonna
No,
throw
but
that out there.
it's just the way she made herself up.
Raspy voice.
Yeah. Yep, she was kind of hot though, man. I mean, she had a nice little body. I mean,
yeah.
I'm just saying. A couple strong cranberry vodkas in, you know.
I would
That's all
need
I'm
that. I'd
saying,
hit it.
so.
I'd still hit it.
Schroeder boating. Nice.
I'm just saying.
Ray
So,
Hall says
all
Fiend,
right.
and then Craig Clark says Repo Man, scary as hell, depending on how you grew up.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. You never knew if you're going to walk outside and the car would be gone, right? So very cool. All right, Calvin, what do you got?
All right, so I got the Fiend. As a kid, Paul Bearer. And then Boogeyman, Papa Shango. I know we don't do extra credit, but for tonight only, Roger.
Ah,
Shit.
Fuck you, bitch.
There you go. All right, Brian, what do you got?
All right, so I have the Fiend, I have the Boogeyman, I have Kane, and I've got the Undertaker.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
All right, so mine must be like totally different list than everybody. So I would say one of the scariest characters ever was early '90s, like '92 Vader, WCW. Come out with the big black mask, smoking.
Oh, I just
That
thought
was
that
a scary character. Like you literally knew that dude was about to hurt somebody, you know. And of course, my second one would have to have been Yokozuna because the way he was destroying people, like he legit was hurting people. So it wasn't like a pretend character that would pop up in your dreams, Freddy Krueger style. It was like somebody that would legit hurt you and put you out of work. And like that guy was scary to me. Of course, The Undertaker, real early 90s, 90, 91, maybe some 92, somewhere in there. You know, that was a real scary character. You know, that'd be my third one there. And then I would say for the fourth one, it would have to be somebody along the lines of like Cactus Jack. Because that was another guy. Like, you just be going to the ring to wrestle on WCW Saturday night, and the dude would run up behind you with a garbage can or a chair and just plow the hell out of you, you know, for no reason. So, you know, as a kid, especially during that time period, 8, 9, 10 years old, when those guys were wrestling, those were scary, legit characters. Now, you know, looking back at them now, by the time the Fiend come along, it was such a cool gimmick that, you know, it wasn't necessarily scary to me, but it was like just it really drew you in. You know, it's for example, the Fiend comes out before he was the Fiend, he was Bray Wyatt, but you know, he would come out to he's got the whole world in his hands. You know, things like that were just really creepy. You know, so that'd be my opinion though. But I think some of those more realistic guys were way more scary than some of those crazy guys. And I really like that Repo Man answer. It's great answer.
And to add to yours, one of the first wrestlers that just actually scared the hell out of me was Bam Bam Bigelow with that tattoos on his head.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. All right, Shane, what do you got?
I have a lot of the same ones you guys got. Bray Wyatt, Papa Shango,
Yep.
Undertaker, and Boogeyman.
Very good. Okay. I don't. For me, I think the Boogeyman came along too late. Like I think if they had the Boogeyman character during the Shango times and the Undertaker times, like late '90s, mid '90s, I think he would have been a much different character. You know,
Well, if anybody
I
cheats on
think Doink.
points,
I've talked about this a lot too. I think Doink would have made an
Yeah.
incredible heel.
Matt Bourne,
Like
Doink, yeah.
a real heel, like truly a possibility of being a WWF champion, like that strong of a heel. I mean, everybody hates an evil clown. Nobody wants a clown looking in their window at 3 o'clock in the morning.
unless they
So
want a
I like that
slug.
idea. Yeah, there you go, Brad.
So mine would be like you said, Will, like the '90s version of the Undertaker.
Yep,
Next would probably be Terry Funk, Chainsaw Charlie.
there you go.
Giant Gonzalez. He was just a big freak.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then lastly,
Yeah.
Fur. He was just a
and
big
then-
freak.
And then lastly, somebody people forget, but in the WWE ECW, his name was Kevin Thorne. He was a
Oh, yeah.
vampire type guy. So
Yep.
that's who I would go with.
Absolutely. You know what was so scary? You know what's so scary about Chainsaw Charlie though? It was like an older dude in his 50s wearing some pantyhose, walking around with a chainsaw. Like,
Yep.
that legit is some scary shit. Like in 2025, if you were just sitting in the living room, looking out the
Oh, yeah.
window, and some dude in pantyhose walking down the street with a chainsaw, I mean, that would legit scare the shit out of you. So
White powder coming from his
pick.
head.
So yeah, absolutely. It kind of reminds me of that picture I shared in the chat with that guy with the white, face mat,
Yep.
just that white makeup, Roger.
I pretty much had the same Fiend, Abaddon, Boogeyman. I did have Luna Vachon, but I changed it for Papa Shango.
Okay. Yeah, Luna Vachon was a little bit too hot to be scary to me. So, and Jordan, what do you got? Wrap us up with this.
So you brought up Cactus Jack earlier, and I was watching '93 Halloween Havoc today, and like the Cactus Jack part where he's like squealing when he shocks Abdullah the Butcher, and like Cactus Jack squealing in the background the whole time. It just kind of like, I know that match is like terrible, but I just kind of, that part, it's awesome. Scary. It used to scare me as a kid. And so both of them all together, him and Abdullah the Butcher. Bray Wyatt, like I brought up earlier, the Papa Shango thing where he made the Warrior puke. Now when I watch it, like, that's insane, that whole little segment. The Warrior throwing up is like the craziest. That's just outrageous. But that, is like, what's that? Probably 92, 3, whatever, when that happens. That, I'm 8 years old, so that's kind of crazy to me. And then who else? One that I had, and it's kind of a funny one, but Tony Schiavone from the '93 Halloween Havoc, the opening, the little openers they always did for Halloween Havoc, the beginning credits, and
the
those
vignette,
kids are like trick or treating. Right. Those kids, the kids are trick or treating, and they go in there, and Schiavone, turns into a monster or whatever, like just great. But I always think of that. That's a great part.
I remember that well.
Yeah, it's a great little part there.
Good deal. All right, very good. Anybody else got anything to add on to that?
I'd like to add that Jake the Snake, when I was a kid and he'd bring out that snake, I hate snakes. That would scare the shit out of me, the fucking snake.
There you go.
And
I like
Heel Jake was scary. Like him as a heel, that was the one I almost put on my list.
Yeah.
But, and again, if you think about it, like Jake the Snake in 1991, if you fast forward to 2025, like a dude looking like that, walking down the street with a snake over his back, like that's a scary dude, Like,
I agree.
That dude looks like he just, chucked down a pack of Natty Ice and walking around with some sort of reptile,
Even
an
early version of a Mankind when he'd sit and go like this and rip his hair out.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yep. I think that was probably when he was coming down in the ring, if you think about it.
Yep, because he'd sit in the corner and he'd rock.
Yep.
Had two different
All
musics. Had an entrance music and a music that he left to.
Yep.
Yeah. Uppers and downers, man. He was taking them uppers to keep going and downers to sleep at night.
Right.
So, all right. What's next, Kev?
And we're up to our main topic, and that's our top 5 Halloween Havoc matches.
Hell yeah. Wow. We are way above schedule.
Okay, so let me get to my list. Okay, this is what I have. No particular order. Halloween Havoc 98, Goldberg versus Diamond Dallas Page. Halloween Havoc 1991, and I absolutely love this match, was Brian Pillman versus Ricky Morton, and that was for the light heavyweight championship. That was even before cruiserweight. That was like light, I think. Halloween Havoc 89, Sting and Ric Flair versus Terry Funk and the Great Muta.
There you go.
Fun.
Wasn't that in a cage?
It was.
Wasn't that
It
in a
was
cage?
electric.
Yeah,
Electric
had
at
Lex
the
on the
top.
top.
Yeah. Yep.
1990 Sting versus Sid, and I loved that match just because Barry Windham had dressed up like Sting and had pretended to be him so Sid could pin him.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
Oh yeah, that's good.
and then this is actually one of my favorite tag matches, period, was and it's Halloween Havoc 89, Doom versus the Steiners.
Oh yeah. There you go.
That was a good. Yep.
Anytime
Doom
Doom
was-
versus the Steiners, I can watch it over and over.
Doom was so underrated, man. What a team. Those guys were incredible.
That
Even
Havoc,
before Teddy Long took them and Woman was with them, and then with that mask, that got them to start. And when Teddy took them over, that's when they became champions. They were great.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. All right, very good. I like that. Good answers, man. Really put some thought into that. Calvin.
Did.
So I got the Hogan versus Giant in the Monster Truck Madness match, not the actual match. And
I'm just talking
then
about the trucks.
Halloween Havoc 93, Texas Death Match, Vader versus Cactus Jack.
Okay.
Halloween Havoc 98, DDP versus Goldberg. 94, Hogan versus Flair. And 91, Austin versus Dustin Rhodes.
There you go. Okay. Very good.
Nice.
Brian.
All right, so mine are kind of similar, but I have Flair versus Hulk Hogan 94, obviously career versus career match.
Yep.
I have 1997 Mysterio versus Guerrero in the Mask versus title.
There you go.
That was a good match. 1990 Steiners versus Nasty Boys for the WCW tag titles.
It's a great one.
93 Vader versus Cactus Jack, that Texas Death Match.
Mm-hmm.
And then lastly, I have the same one as these guys, Goldberg versus DDP in 1998, where Goldberg won. So
I'm just going to say it right now. I have a feeling either Flair versus Hogan in the cage or Goldberg DDP might have been one or the other the greatest match of all time in Halloween Havoc history, because everybody, I think, for the most part, has pointed those out. So really good. I'm going to go through mine. My number one, actually, is Goldberg versus DDP, Halloween Havoc 98. And the funniest part about that match is, a lot of people may not remember this, it didn't even air on pay-per-view.
Right.
Because the pay-per-view cut off when it was supposed to go to the main event.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like one of the biggest flops ever in WCW history. So you didn't see it until Monday Nitro came on, which they showed it in its entirety. And of course, it's on the video, it's on Peacock now and all that stuff. But when you're watching the actual pay-per-view, you were super excited for that match. You never got to see it. I actually watched that
match.
I watched that pay-per-view live, as a matter of fact.
I did too.
So did I.
My second one of all time was Hogan and Savage, Halloween Havoc 96. Of course, Hollywood goes over, barely beating Savage, and then Piper comes in at the end and starts the whole Piper-Hogan feud. And Savage actually goes out after that match for like 4 or 5 months and comes back as a heel and joins the NWO. So that was a big turn of events in WCW at the time. I think another great one, obviously, Hogan and Ric Flair, 1994, Halloween Havoc in the cage, career versus career. You really believed at the time Ric Flair was going to retire. And, of course, 4 months later, he's back wrestling in the main event. But at the time, it seemed very believable. And it was overall a great match, too. Mr. T as the guest referee in the cage. You had so many different things going on. And if you remember, right after that match was over, the Butcher comes in the mask trying to hit Hogan, and Hogan unmasks him and finds out it's Brother Brutai who's been beating the hell out of him, behind the scenes all this time. So really cool stuff there. Another one, I didn't hear anybody mention this one, and you may have the I think it was called the Coal Miners Glove match or something like that with Jake and Sting. So the match itself wasn't the greatest, but the build up to it, the actual in ring, the thought process behind it was really good. And I think if Jake wasn't so addicted by then and such a strong addict, it would have been a better actual match. But overall,
I enjoyed the ending.
Jake and Sting, that was pretty good.
It's a different kind of ending.
Yeah, you had Jake where he had the snake held against his face like it was biting him, and Sting was pinning him, and you had Cactus Jack run out there. You had a lot of crazy stuff. I think they could have done it, a little better, but overall the idea behind it was really good. And then of course, one that nobody ever talks about was the Guardian Angel versus Vader. Really good match overall. Guardian Angel, of course, had been the big boss man in WWF. Comes over to WCW, it's just the boss, and then goes on to this new personality of the Guardian Angel, and he's trying to take down the big bully Vader, and of course Vader goes over, all these good things happen. But Guardian Angel versus Vader, Halloween Havoc '94, another really great match. Nobody ever talks about that match, but it's a really good one. So that would be my 5 Halloween Havocs. But again, I think out of all of them, the 2 probably most famous is Goldberg DDP or the Hogan versus Flair in the cage. Shane.
Yeah, all mine I think have been similar, been said. Eddie versus Ray, 97. The Steiners versus the Nasty Boys in 90. The Giant versus Hogan in 95. The DDP match versus Macho in 97.
There you go.
And I got Austin versus Dustin Rhodes in 91.
Very good. Okay. Brad.
All right. So mine would be Hogan versus Flair in 94. Goldberg versus DDP. I have the Chambers of Horror match.
Okay.
Eddie versus Ray in 97. And then Cactus Jack versus Big Van Vader, 93.
I think that Chamber of Horrors match, I think if you were watching it at 8 years old, it was really cool. But I think what hurts that one is when you go back and watch it at 40 or 43, and you're like, man, this match wasn't that good. But as a kid, watching it on VHS, that was an incredible match. It was scary.
Yeah, Diamond Stud.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And then you had Abdullah
get that match.
Yeah, Abdullah gets electrocuted, right?
Yes, he does.
Yep. All right, Roger, what do you got?
I got Ray versus Eddie, Mask versus Title, Halloween Havoc 97. I got Vader versus Cactus Jack, Texas Death Match in 93.
Okay.
DDP versus Macho Man, Halloween Havoc 97. Ric Flair and Sting versus Terry Funk and Great Muta, Halloween Havoc 89. And then Goldberg versus DDP, Halloween Havoc 98.
Yeah, I still think that might be the greatest match of all time in Halloween Havoc. So that match with Sting and Flair against Muta and Funk, that was another weird one. Like, you had to get to the very top to get, turn the thing on to electrocute them. Remember that?
Right,
yeah,
I remember
that was kind of weird, right? Like,
why not just
start it when they get in?
Yeah.
The match started, one of the things caught on fire on the top, and Muta put it out with his mist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is real deal. Real deal fire.
All right. Jordan, wrap us up on this one.
Real fast, I want to jump in real fast. Do you think that Goldberg DDP is going to be the best because it's following one of the worst matches that's ever happened?
No, I think it's because it was so believable at the time that DDP was actually going to win the title. Like, it was so, because DDP, 1 year earlier really wasn't anything. Like he was,
Right.
lower mid card at the best, and he had come so far after that match with Savage and after some other great matches he had had. At Bash at the Beach that year, it was DDP and Malone versus Rodman and Hogan, which actually was a hell of a good match. And I think that's when they started to see DDP and say, you know what, this guy can carry some main events. And I think by Halloween Havoc 98, I don't know that Goldberg's world title run was kind of played out, but I think everybody was so sick and tired of seeing the streak that they just wanted to see somebody beat him, and they loved DDP at that point.
Right. Like you, I watched the whole thing. So after watching that Hogan and Warrior match, I was ready for anything. And well, then you got, when you're watching it live, you're ready for a match. And then all of a sudden you see it goes black and then you see colors on your screen. So,
well, and that whole card on paper was just incredible. It was an incredible card on paper. You had Scott Hall versus Kevin Nash.
All right.
That would have been a hell of a match, but then they kind of shit on it, right?
Right.
And then you had Hogan versus the Warrior, and that one flopped.
It did.
And there were several other really good matches on that card, and it's like they had such a huge opportunity. I can't remember, but I want to say, wasn't it Sting versus Bret Hart for the U.S. title on that card
Bret
as
Hart
well?
and Sting, yeah, Sting.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the card, like that card has the ability to be the greatest wrestling card of all time. It really does. If you look at it, it absolutely does. And then you get the flop with the Hogan Warrior match, and then the cutoff DDP Goldberg, and it's like you took what could have been the greatest pay-per-view of all time and flushed it down the toilet.
I definitely got my money back. I don't know if you did, but I did.
You know what? I think what the cable company was doing at that point was they weren't doing refunds. They were offering you the next pay-per-view for free. So I ended up getting Survivor Series 98 for free. And I think I watched World War III 98 and paid for it.
Okay. I didn't mean to interrupt, Jordan. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yep, go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. I was just looking here. You also, on that same Havoc, you had Jericho and Raven and the
Right.
Rick Steiner, Scott Steiner deal. They were doing some stuff there too. But yeah, for me, 89 Havoc, I used to watch this one a lot as a kid on tape because I was probably watching it like 92, 93. But I was a big Pillman guy as a kid. He wore the Bengals trunks, and
Yes, he
I'm
did.
from Kentucky, so it's not far away. So that resonated with me. So 89, he makes his run. It's like the underdog story. He's trying to take down Luger, and Luger's like kind of in his brash heel, kind of like what you see as the narcissist later in WWF. And Pillman lost that match, but that's always been one of my favorites. That whole card, you brought it up earlier, that card's crazy. I wrote this down earlier. On that same card, it's like a tag team like galore. You get Doom and the Steiners, you get the Skyscrapers and the Road Warriors, and you get Muda and Funk versus Sting and Flair. Like, it's just crazy, crazy good. My personal, probably really my favorite though is probably Macho Man DDP in 97.
Somebody's got feedback because I can hear.
Yeah, sorry.
I can hear Jordan coming through twice.
But Savage and DDP in 97, I think that's like one of the best stories they ever told in WCW. I think that whole deal with Kimberly and spray painting NWO on her, all that stuff, that was kind of DDP's comeuppance too, I felt like. And then we talked about Chamber of Horrors enough. I enjoyed that. But, as kids, but one I want to throw in that I liked, and it was really off the beaten path here, but 2020 during COVID, WWE does the NXT Halloween Havoc, and they do a what do you call it? A cinematic match with Dexter Lumis and Cameron Grimes, and I just think that's hilarious. I think Cameron Grimes, he's doing the whole Mr. Regal, Mr. Regal, Mr. Regal thing the whole time. He's not wanting to go to the cinematic or to the House of Horrors or whatever, but then they make him leave with Michael P.S. Hayes. He pulls the van up outside and smoke's rolling out of the van. And Freebird's music's playing. He has to ride away with him to the House of Horrors match. And then, of course, the year when what is that, 90 or whatever, the Wyndham thing you brought up earlier, Kev, with the bogus Sting, the first bogus Sting.
Yes. That's where
Yeah.
Barry Windham shaved his head. He
Yeah,
looked like
Four
Sting.
Horsemen. Yeah, Four Horsemen shenanigans. Yeah, I like that one. That's
Now,
my list though. But I wanted to
if
throw
you
that
hear
NXT
Sid,
one in there.
if you hear Sid talk about it, Sid will tell you that he didn't know that was planned. He thought that he was really winning the championship, and he really thought that he was pinning Sting.
Surprise.
Rest
Well,
in peace, Sid. But
yeah, I was gonna say if you hear Sid talking about it, that's a little scary because I don't think he's saying a whole lot these days. So,
back in the day,
hey, though, real quick though, guys, just because we're way ahead of schedule, real quick, a vote. If you had to pick, let's go one and then the other. How many people think that Hogan Flair '94 in the cage was the best Halloween Havoc match of all time? Just a quick show of hands. Damn, nobody. All right. What about Goldberg UDP? Yeah, I think everybody's in. Literally, I think that might be. Isn't that crazy? It didn't even air on the pay-per-view,
right?
and I think everybody really agrees that Goldberg DDP might have been the greatest match ever in the history of that pay-per-view. It's
It
crazy.
was a good
You know
match.
what?
And it's
You know
Goldberg.
what?
Great match.
It honestly might have been, and I'm going out on a limb here. It might have been the match of 1998, really, because I can't think of a
Yeah.
whole lot that was better than that match as far as WCW. I'm not saying all the wrestling, but WCW '98, I can't think of a whole lot that was better than that one. So really, really good match there. All right, Kev, where are we at? Show and tell.
Show and tell.
All right.
So
Favorite part of the night.
Let me get my.
Hey,
Screen
one
up
thing
here.
we didn't say was I didn't even mention the Eddie Ray match at Halloween Havoc's barn burner too. Was at '97.
Yeah.
Okay.
These-
I don't
this is
remember
mine.
who sent me these.
This,
so y'all
this
have
is this is mine.
okay.
So guys, obviously I collect other things, but this was the San Diego Comic-Con. This was the Neon Ghostbusters. I had these as a kid, but obviously, playing with them and stuff, they broke. But I was able to get these again. I love the Ghostbuster figures.
They were awesome.
That
And then-
reminds me. I just got those turtles for my birthday. 43 years old, and I got some turtles.
Hell
Ain't
yeah.
nothing wrong with no turtles for birthday.
So I pre-ordered this a while ago, and I finally got it in. It's the Superstars, Rocky Maivia, and then obviously the final boss Rock. The belts are awesome on there, by the way.
Every figure.
I got to stare
Every
at that.
figure.
I think
Every
I'm
figure should come
Well,
with belts.
Well, it's funny because the last one I got was the Cody Rhodes and the American Dream, and the American Dream is like a rubber belt, but that's how they were back in the day. So
Every figure should come with some belts.
I agree. And then that's the newest retro series right there with
Oh man.
Ultimate Warrior. He has the Intercontinental title. Everybody's got accessories, right? So you have Ultimate Warrior with the belt. You have King Harley Race with his crown and his cape, and then Virgil has Cash, and then Bobby Heenan has the microphone.
Oh yeah.
and especially Will and Brian, because we have that. I think that retro Heenan looks better than that Heenan.
Yeah, and I agree.
Okay. I agree with you that the Heenans we have might look a little better, but I love the opportunity to have the multiple different colors. Like you have the red jacket, the black jacket, now you have the blue. So I can't really put one in front of the other and say it's better because I love the variety on it. But I agree that I think, we got some really cool ones for sure.
Yeah.
Roger, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that Bobby
that's me.
Brain is awesome.
That's me. I got this from the live sell from Will. It's Alexa Bliss.
Damn, she's hot.
Oh yeah.
Yes, she is. Omega Ibushi.
That's Kenny Omega and Ibushi. Dual signed. I couldn't pass up on that. I had to have that.
Oh yeah,
You
it's just pre AEW too.
Yeah, if you didn't jump on that and you call yourself an AEW or a New Japan fan, I don't know if you should call yourself a fan anymore.
There you go. I like it.
I have that. That's great.
And I've been looking for this for a while. It's the I Quit match between Magnum TA and Tully Blanchard. It's dual signed. I had to jump on that. I would have paid my bank for that one. I wanted that
that's
one
awesome.
really bad. It's a
Hell of
beautiful.
a
It looks
stuff.
gorgeous in person. That's mine, Kev.
Woo.
So these are mine. So that's a Target exclusive Phenom Undertaker. It's a pretty sweet fig.
It looks it.
It is.
So I got HBK, Razor Ramon, and Diesel from Mattel Creations. I just got Triple H. So all I need to finish that is the Chase Diesel. But that's
There
the
you go.
click.
Hey, Kev, can you let Brian back in? He got kicked out.
Yeah. And now. Okay, now I got to go back to. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, here we go.
I honestly think that's the first Legend set that I haven't bought yet. I don't know. I don't have a good reason why I haven't bought it, but I haven't bought that one yet.
I haven't yet either, William. So,
But
But,
I got to.
yeah.
So what's Razor doing with his fingers? It looks like he's giving the NWO sign.
He's doing this.
they're all doing it.
They're all doing the too sweet.
Oh, too sweet. Okay.
Okay, I get it.
Nice. Oh, that's cool.
It's the curtain call.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my last one. Will showed this on his live yesterday, but I picked this up.
Woo.
But
This is so pretty.
Hell yeah.
I had this also. I love Shams, and this so.
I got my last one left. I showed last night. Nobody bought it. Nobody bought it. I still have it. I can't believe it.
That was beautiful. That one you had with Sting and Luger too. That one you showed the other night. That one's great too.
Yeah, Brad bought that one.
I picked that one up.
Yeah, that one belongs to Brad now, but I can't believe nobody bought this last Sham. You put these into frames, and they are just incredible.
Oh, they're gorgeous.
Yeah, the art.
Gorgeous.
And then that one's mine. That's one of mine.
Nice.
Belt I had made with my car on it.
Hell
There you
yeah.
go.
Okay, and you have your other one, right?
I do.
Okay, well, I'll get to that when I'm done with this. This is mine.
Woo!
Beautiful.
Look at that baby.
Hell yeah.
The turnbuckle.
That's
That thing
gorgeous
makes
in
me-
person, ain't it, Kev?
Oh yeah, it makes me want to say, "Let me tell you something, brother."
Right, brother.
I think me, you, and Calvin are the ones that got those.
Yep.
And guys,
They look
just
gorgeous.
so you know, guys, I do not have any more of those. That was it. That was the last one. There's no more in the garage. There's no more in the tote. That was it.
Damn.
Yeah, I love it.
So what
And
you're
there's
saying
still
is
an earthquake in the state of Kentucky.
Look at that
Oh,
heat.
yeah.
Is that an original promo?
Original promo.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh,
And I had to
John-
put that in the
John
book.
Tenta.
It's got the letter of office
Oh, yeah, that's
authenticity from
nice.
JSA.
Yep.
Full letter.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
good crotch signature right across the.
There you go.
Okay,
Beautiful
bask in it.
photo.
Bask in it there for a second. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
And I came home with the Charlotte Flair. Woo!
Woo!
Nice, Kev.
And that thing is damn sweet in person. Let me tell you.
Kev rocking out the Kentucky's Greatest Wrestling Collection.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Kev was going. Kev was going ham the other night in the cell last night.
Oh,
He was-
yeah.
Yep. Kev gave
But
no
see-
warning shots.
See, Kev doesn't really show much of his collection, but if you guys were to ever actually see it, I mean, because I know what a lot of it is, and I've seen the majority of it,
Right?
and I'm telling you now, if he was ever to show, like, we should just have a night of show and tell, right? Like, where everybody just does, like, 10 items, and everybody would fall out of the chair if Kev just showed some stuff. Like, just some of his Hall of Fame programs alone
Mhm.
are just incredible, you know, so incredible pieces. Calvin, you got one more to show, right?
I do.
Let me get
So-
on. Here.
So y'all know I've been doing car shows, started doing on July 4th, put more and more into my car to finally do it. But last weekend I done
Oh
it.
yeah. Hell
top
yeah.
There
or
you
best
go,
in
man.
show.
Congratulations.
So,
Very
and
cool.
then I won 2 more this past weekend. So,
Awesome.
but that's
And
it.
just for the record, they don't do no participation trophies.
Hell no, they don't.
Nice.
There you go. Nice win, man. Good deal. Proud of you there.
So
All
I was at a
right, my
car show,
turn.
kind of at a car show this weekend. I went to, Pigeon Forge to just kind of chill, and they had this, what do they call it? Slammed enough.
Yeah,
or
there was
Yeah,
there
they
was
got
a whole lot
crazy.
of bullshit about that.
Well, I was in the
Yeah.
middle of it, right there in Pigeon Forge,
It-
man. The cops were called. The
They
SWAT
got
team
shut
was
down.
called.
Yeah, I was just
They
saying,
got
one of the
shut down.
cops got, yeah. Yeah. That's
Helicopters
Look-
circling over my hotel. I
Damn.
was like,
Hey, Calvin.
They
Calvin.
took over some kind of convenience store. Yeah.
Jimmy's.
Didn't you win something else this weekend? I think you won Rogers beer too.
Yeah, I won the hottest wheels and best interior.
and
Oh
and
well,
Rogers
yeah,
beer.
and
Roger, you
Rogers
should
beer.
ask Roger to mail you some of that beard, so you could keep
Ew.
it.
No, I'm good.
I don't want.
Ew.
I don't want
I
any of
took
that.
it. I took a picture of it in my hand, sent him the picture.
That might-
so.
That might be the weirdest thing that's ever been said on this show.
I think
I
so.
don't know. There's been a lot of sick shit said on the show.
No, I don't think there's anything weirder than that. That was
Yeah, I
pretty
don't
weird.
think so.
That
Yeah,
one was weird.
And
That
we
car
said
show was
some,
messed up. People were getting arrested. They were
And
getting
we
pulled
said-
over.
we said some weird shit before we even came on air, and I think that's weirder than that.
Yeah,
I've-
I think
I'm in a
you're right,
couple car-
Roger.
I'm in a couple car groups and I've seen all kinds of shit about that.
Huh.
So
They
They
canceled it
shut it
Sunday,
down.
and everybody got mad and
Yeah.
left.
yep,
Yeah.
there's a whole bunch of regulations coming for next year.
They won't be there next year.
So
Okay, who we got? Jordan?
No, Will,
no.
don't we?
It's me, man,
Will's
right
next.
here. Come on, brother. What are you doing? Hey, guys, talking
one
about that
job.
Bobby Heenan. Talking about that Bobby Heenan figure.
Look at that thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
That is
I
nice.
guess
Now
it's
this-
a head sculpt.
That's the rare
Now
one.
this was the rare one. This was the short printed one.
Oh,
Of course,
shit.
the red jacket they made more of, and then of course you got the new retro one as well. But I mean,
Man.
just that
I know.
figure alone. This isn't even my show and tell, but you guys mentioned it, so I wanted to make sure. Went ahead and showed that Bobby real quick. So actually, part of my show and tell I had this laying here was a picture signed by Bobby. Trying to get the glare off before you. Signed right up top here. Of course, him and Gorilla, no greater team ever. In the announcing team. So
Claim.
these guys, no, this is my personal Bobby. Got it done.
That's nice.
I know you don't care, but I love this picture. And
I've bought personal grills with yours before.
I know, but I love that Bobby. You got my Bobby magazine, So I mean, we did that little trade ski there, and
Yes, we did.
let me keep this one. I love this one. So, and speaking of, the reason I pulled that picture out is because I recently bought this. It just released. I did the pre-order, which I hate pre-orders, you guys know, but I had to pre-order the book about Gorilla Monsoon, Irresistible Force: The Life and Times of Gorilla Monsoon. Just came out this past week. Super excited about this one. I can tell you, I did not expect it to be nearly as thick as it is. It's about a 500-page book. There's a lot of pictures in it, so I'm going to like it because I like books with a lot of pictures. But very cool.
Where do I
Really
know that
excited
came
about
from?
that one.
Brian Solomon.
Yeah, he's on a podcast. I can't remember who. He's wrote some other stuff too for wrestlers.
Well, another good thing too is the foreword on the book is actually written by Bret the Hitman Hart. So
Oh, sweet.
anything Bret Hart, anything
Oh, yeah.
Bret, I got to jump on. So very cool, excited about that. That's the reason I brought out the Bobby and Gorilla promo tonight. Wasn't even planning on showing the Bobby figure, but
Nice.
recently got this in the mail. I know we got a killer glare going on right now, but
That thing's beautiful.
so I wasn't in any kind of hurry to get this one. I liked it, I wanted it, but I wasn't in any kind of hurry. But the more I kept seeing you guys saying, "Hey, I got mine. Hey, I got mine," I'm like, "Damn, I need to get mine." So I finally got one, but I didn't find it. Calvin actually found this for me and said,
Nice.
"Will, you know what, man? You do a lot for everybody. You do a lot for me. I appreciate the hell out of you, and I'm going to send this to you on my dime." And I said, "No, Calvin, let me pay you. Let me give you the money for it." He said, "Absolutely not." He wouldn't hear of it, and he sent me the figures. So super excited.
How we roll.
You know how we got to do it, though.
That's awesome,
I mean,
Calvin.
Got to rip it open.
You know how we got to do it though. I mean, I would
Rip it.
love to get it signed, but I would really rather display it. So
I don't think he's signing anymore. So
Because you get nothing.
yes, nothing.
this might
What
be the
did you
toughest
get?
figure I ever ripped.
It should just pull out the top, Will.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
probably
no.
should, right?
No, just rip all pieces of cardboard.
I gotta do the Hogan like he's ripping his shirt, right?
There you go.
Look at
Rip
that.
it.
Oh man, look at that thing. That thing's badass.
That's a badass figure, man.
Okay, and look at the back.
Yep.
So you know what I gotta do? I gotta pull out the old big gold WWE championship and strap it around his waist and put him on a figure stand. Absolutely love this figure. Calvin, shout out to you. Thank you so much. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
I hope
Nice,
you don't mind that I ripped it open. But super excited about displaying that bad boy.
And Will, what you got to do is
What's your
You gotta
dream final Cena match? Wow,
oh yeah.
great question.
Go ahead, Brian.
I'd say what you need to do is get another one of those and put that on R-Truth. Have a round scene.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Hey, nerd, I know it probably won't happen, but mine would be Cena versus Edge.
Fuck Edge.
Cena versus Edge. That'd be a good one. I'd like to see Cena and Edge. I
What's the
wouldn't mind
question?
seeing it. What's your dream final Cena match?
Oh,
Cena versus
shit.
Orton.
Cena and Rock.
Yeah,
I
I'd
would
like to
say
see Cena
Cena
Rock.
and Rock. I
Cena
don't think
Rock
it's gonna happen.
would be cool. Cena
I
Rock.
don't see it happening, but Cena and
Well,
Rock.
I don't really like them going with Cena and Gunther, so I read. I don't like that.
Right. It makes no
that's
sense.
shit. That's a shit match right there.
You know, I don't remember Cena ever facing Goldberg either. I know they're both kind of one's leaving and one's retired, but that wouldn't have been a bad match.
No, I would have seen it.
Yeah,
A battle
Yeah,
of you
that
can't.
wouldn't be bad.
Sounds like a made for the Saudi Arabia show match or something.
yeah, probably.
You
Yeah.
could say, or
All right,
if
that's all I got,
Taker
Kev.
If Taker would do it, Cena versus Taker, but Taker won't do it either. Same thing as The Rock.
You could have a you can't see me match. John Cena versus Roger's beard.
As
Fuck,
bad
you
as
You can't see it.
Damn.
as bad as the Rock's new movie debuted. You never know.
He'll be coming back.
That was rough.
Yeah.
I have a love-hate relationship with Edge, so
Did anybody watch? Did anybody watch that movie? Anybody seen it?
I think
I
that's
have
the
not.
problem.
Previews, but
Yeah.
okay, Jordan, buddy, you're up.
Yeah, they say The Rock does pretty good. Like that, he does a good job in it, but yeah, I don't think anybody's really down for it. So, just a few quick figures I got in the mail here read over the last month or two. I really like these two. I'm not super into the ICP deal, but like as far as their music, but I did think these are cool. I do like the micro brawlers. I think they're a cool line that pretty reasonably priced usually.
I like them as well.
Brought in the and I think they display well, you know, like they can stay in their pack and they look good the way they are. I really got into the major bendies or whatever they're called lately. These are two of my favorites I brought in this week. If you can see them from here, it's Super Fan Vladimir and Nailed. And then let's see. Oh, the good one.
I
Big one.
like that nails.
So just got this. I haven't even got it out of the box yet at all. If you can see it there, can you see what
nice.
that is?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
So I hadn't. It's your WCW Monday Nitro Arena. I hadn't even unboxed it at all yet, and it's going to be a whole big task. And just one more little quick thing. I know it's only supposed to be 3, but I brought this in this week too with the George Animal Steel Roddy Piper box. I really love the George Animal Steel side of the box. So
That's a
was
great
one of the
2-pack.
main reasons
Hey,
I
that
wanted it.
Piper is one of the best Ultimates they've ever released too.
Yeah, I've never even opened it since I got the box at all.
Oh man.
That's
But
the one I'm
I
gonna have
didn't
to
listen to
get. I'm a big George Animal Steel guy from when I was a kid.
Rip it.
I think they have it. I think they have it on sale on Mattel right now, don't
yeah. Hey, I think it's like $50.
they? No, I think it's cheaper, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
Isn't it cheaper?
I'm
It's
gonna
like
look
$40
and scoop it up then.
There you go. We got a figure coming out.
There's your Piper.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That thing is beautiful.
I
Rip it.
love the Coliseum boxes are sweet.
Absolutely.
Here's your George Animal Steel.
Those are the ones with the special backgrounds, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like these. George Animal Steel got some really detailed chest hair here for chest hair fans. But yeah, these
Nice.
boxes are just sweet all together. Like I like this whole thing. Like that's awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, I could do show and tell all day, so y'all better.
I wonder if he would shave off any of his chest hair and send it to a friend in the mail.
That's
Nice.
fucked up.
Nice.
Well, Jordan, I'll tell you what, we do show and tell every week, and we'd love to have you back next week. So,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I'll be here.
Absolutely.
all right.
Awesome.
Have we already gone through everybody?
No, Shane hasn't
Shane.
gone yet.
Okay.
Shane.
I got the new Snake Eyes classified version,
Dude, I love
Nice.
those things.
and here's the smaller 3/4, 3-inch version of them.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
And I know it's hard to see on this thing, but like the detail in
That's
these
awesome.
figures are freaking amazing.
Dude, I
Like,
think it's sweet.
That is sweet.
Who
like
is that,
this
Shane?
Road Pig.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, this thing's badass. And then I went to a little local toy place or toy show, and I found this tank made out of
That's badass.
ammunition.
Bullets. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
Nice.
there's a couple live rounds on here, but the ones that are like painted are just empty shells.
Nice.
That's
But
That is awesome. I
yeah,
love that.
he had a whole bunch of them. The guy makes them, and the thing swivels all the way
Oh, yeah.
around.
That's awesome.
Fucking. But yeah, this thing I thought was pretty badass, so I had to
So
get
Shane,
it.
do you have members of your family, Shane, that were in tanks in the military?
My dad fought in the Vietnam War. He drove a tank. I got it written down. I can't remember exactly what it
Yeah.
was, but I got a picture of it, and eventually I'll have it tattooed on my arm with his medals that he won, like right up in here.
That's
There
awesome.
you go,
Nice.
man. That is
Yeah.
awesome.
That's all I
I
got.
know my grandpa was in a tank too in Korea and in Vietnam as well. So very cool. Really
Yeah, I
awesome.
think my dad's birthday's next month. I'm gonna send that to him. As much as I think it's badass, I think he'll like it even more. So
awesome.
Absolutely.
That's cool as shit.
yeah,
Really cool.
yeah, he had a bunch of them. He just retired guy. He's like I started talking to him, real nice dude, and he's like, yeah, man, I was bored one day and I started making one, and next thing you know, I started making another, and then I got better at them because at first when he was making them, they weren't doing like the full swivel and everything, and he just got better at them, and he had a bunch of them. He had them reasonably priced too, from like he had some that were like $15, and he had some big monster ones that that were a little pricey. But even this little guy, I paid $30.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good
To
deal.
me, I thought it was worth it.
It is
Oh, yeah.
worth it.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
It's like art too, It's
Oh yeah.
yeah, I thought it was badass.
I mean, you got to think of it. You got to think of it, Shane. You could not have got an Ultimate Edition figure for $30, and you got that. And somebody put their actual time and effort into that.
Yeah,
So that's a hell of a deal for $30. I would have paid it.
yeah.
Yeah. I'd have paid you too.
Me too.
Awesome, man.
Thank
All
you.
right. Well, I think that's it, right, Kev? We're all finished up
Yes,
for the week.
sir. We all done, and
All right. So in conclusion for tonight, I think Goldberg DDP was kind of the surprise of the night for everybody. I think there's just so much going on in the world right now. I really would encourage you guys to try to find a way to do something nice for somebody this week. It doesn't have to be anything big. It doesn't have to be costly financially, but try to find a way to do something nice for somebody. Just a little gesture. I come to this conclusion the other day because I come to a lot of conclusions when I'm driving around, dropping kids off at school or picking them up and stuff. I think what happened is people stopped doing the wave. Like when you let them out into traffic and stuff, people stopped
Mhm.
giving you the wave, and you
That
stopped giving them
fucking
the wave back.
irritates the fuck out of me.
And I
I hate
and
that
I
with a passion.
and I think that's where a lot of this whole Karen crap started, and all this problems between people and not being able to communicate. Like just a simple little, hey, thanks for letting me out into traffic.
That's it.
I think
It ain't that
I think
fucking hard.
That's right. So if you get the opportunity this week to let somebody out in the traffic, give them the wave first, and hopefully they give you the wave back. And I think I don't know, it sets a different tone for the day, guys. So that's my words of wisdom this week, my willism for this week, and really appreciate you guys. Jordan, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
Really
Yes,
you.
enjoyed
Jordan.
having
Thank
you
you.
here.
Thank you. I
You were
appreciate
awesome.
it.
Sorry we're a little wild and
No, it's good,
got
brother.
got some foul mouths, but really excited you were here, and we hope to see you back soon. And
I'm
that's all I
okay.
got. So
I'm okay
have a
with foul
great
mouth.
have a great week, everybody, and we will see you next Wednesday night at 9 o'clock.
Boomer Sooner.